right, so it looks like Johnny and Alex have accepted this challenge that was sent in to provide an Olympic-style commentary for the driving of the bus. So as soon as they give me the go-ahead, they have given me the go-ahead, we are ready to begin.
I was hoping for the dice sorting.
And we're back, checking in with County Water, driver number 2 on this 7th annual Desert Bus for Hope Olympic event. We have the long-distance bus driving. Johnny, you've had experience with this event in the past, haven't you?
Yeah, it's not an event for everyone. This is an endurance event. You really have to test your skill against the evil of the bus. You can't just go into this. You've got to do special stretches. You've got to have training that takes years and years to be able to pull this off.
Not very usable.
But you have to have guts of steel. And look at this man today. He has not been fazed by anything. How many of the competitors have you seen wear a bow tie?
That's some fine form. Very very unorthodox, but that's definitely a Lauder sort of speciality is the unorthodox approach to the bus driving, and I think that's seen him some success in the past.
Well, yeah, and this is, as you know, not his first bus. The man has done several buses before where his poise and composure are a real, he's a paragon to his entire team.
I'm just going to cut you off there briefly. We're coming up to the next stretch.
Oh.
And
oh dear.
You see him settle in there.
It's nighttime now, and
very challenging. This is the most difficult part of it.
Oh my goodness.
And
that bug splat really gets in the way of figuring out exactly where they are. But a really good competitor, they will be able to line up that bug splat exactly with the line.
And oh, that's magnificent.
Look at it. Look, it doesn't even look like he's doing anything. Flawless one. And back to you in command center.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. This has been our check-in with the annual bus driving event, and we'll check back later with some results. And I'm marking that as done. Thank you, guys.
Anytime.
So we also have one other challenge here that Beej has kindly accepted and offered to do for us. So let us proceed with that.
Okay.
So
does every single person have to have one, or can I just...
it just says go around the room telling people elevator pitches. It doesn't specify how many, it doesn't specify what, it just says...
Okay. I think I can do this.
Okay.
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 So, Alex.
Huh?
So, in this anime series, there
I love anime!
I love anime too. So in this anime series, there is an extinction event, practically, that knocks everybody underground.
Oh.
Okay? And there's radiation everywhere, and obviously that's a huge problem.
I don't like radiation.
No, exactly. You're an what they call an anti-fan of the Chernobyl incident, if I remember correctly. That's real Anyway, we'll get to that. However, so what happens though is that people are bombing, and so they decide that the best way to deal with this...
Are they big bombs?
They're big bombs, like planes flying overhead. I'm gonna...
That's
pretty big. Probably really heavy.
Okay.
And so what they...
How heavy?
In order to fight this, I don't think that's important. In order to fight this, they end up sending the most capable...
Did they fall from a plane?
3 schoolgirls above ground who are, for some reason, are born completely immune to radiation.
Are they magic?
I don't know. I just know they're immune to radiation, and they drive around in a Jeep that's a little bit like a warthog, I think, and then they shoot things with guns.
I love Halo. I want Halo.
This is a real series. And it's deadly serious, apparently. Right, okay,
well,
so there we go, Capellian, somebody got it. All right.
Nice.
So Lars, in this show, there is a girl, and she goes to school in a huge tower-like city, and she's going to school because somebody killed her father. She's trying to find out who killed her father. Now, here's the thing: is that when she gets there, everybody wants to essentially punish her for being a student that's late. And there's a weird social hierarchy where there are people with no stars, and then 1 stars, and 2 stars, and 3 stars, and then there's the student council president at the top of the school because that's how it works. And
I know what this is.
Yeah. And so she ends up leaving the school and looking through the remnants of her father's church and discovers.
So does the chat. Chat's figured it out.
Yes, and discovers a special suit called a god robe that allows it's a black and it shows off her midriff and it's kind of cute and this black
underage
schoolgirl outfit. And when you should see her transform. And she has a giant red half of a scissors, and she wants to destroy the student council president who for whatever reason also has a god robe, but doesn't ever wear it. But if you watch some more episodes, stuff happens, and it's fantastic. And it's called Kill la Kill, and that's a real series. All right, Kate.
Hi, Beej.
I'm waiting for him to throw in a series that isn't real.
All right. I want you to picture boobs.
I love it already.
I love boobs. People love boobs. And in this series, there's a guy and a bunch of boobs.
Sounds perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Right up my alley.
Grandma one half?
And this guy and his friends,
Evangelion.
some of whom have boobs, and you
Here's
know
the
this
game.
because that's all you ever really see them
High
is their
School of the
boobs.
Dead.
They all want to be heroes, but somebody ends up killing or getting rid of the demon lord, and so he has to go get a job working for an electronics business. And there's no actual electronics in this world, but like refrigerators run on magic.
But how many boobs are there?
There are lots of boobs, and while he's
Great.
working full-time at this electronics store, the demon lord's daughter shows up and wants to get a part-time job because she has nothing else to do either. And she also has boobs, and we're made extremely aware of the fact that she has boobs.
Wait a minute, there's more boobs?
So many boobs.
Interesting.
The
Yeah.
title of this show
I love
is so
anime!
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Is there an even number of boobs?
there's always an even number of boobs.
Oh, that's
Are you alarming?
And this is called Yushibu. The real name for it is I couldn't become a hero, so I reluctantly decided to get a job. It has an actual name that's about this long. It's a light novel adaptation into an anime. This is a real thing.
It sounds really good.
Somebody got it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. How many more do I have to do?
That's
Oh,
fine.
thank you.
Yes.
Actually, no. I have one more. Chat.
Do one more.
Okay, chat. So there's a series where there are several girls, not a lot, but there's several girls living out in the country, and one of whom just moved to town, and she's a fifth grader. She goes to school with all of them, and at the school there is a first grader, second grader. She's in elementary school clearly, but she's like in sub-elementary school essentially. There's a 7th grader and 8th grader. They're both sisters, and then there's a 9th grader. He's a boy. He's completely mute. He doesn't say anything. I'm waiting for somebody. Yeah, there we go. People have already got it. My wife obviously got it. We actually like this series, and they just kind of hang out and have fun little adventures, and it's kind of cute. And there's nothing to do with boobs, and there's nothing to do with awfulness, and there's nothing to do with like just being a weird, creepy weirdo. It's just.
When does the other shoe drop?
It's so nice. It's just like a nice series. It's called Non Non Diori, and we see lots of that in the chat already. And that's one thing that I actually recommend you could watch this season.
Puppet King, you look great. White tie is super formal. What was the occasion?